Chapter 896. There were all sorts of games that one could imagine. Wilbur strolled around and thought about exchanging some chips to gamble. Suddenly, he heard a voice. "Sir, are you alone?" He turned around and saw a tall and slim woman in her 20s. She had refined makeup on and looked stunning in her cargo miniskirt. The woman shot a smile at Wilbur. Wilbur smiled slightly and replied, "Yes, I'm the receptionist here. My name is Tiff Kirk. I can help you if you need anything." The girl had a wonderful smile, and she did not look like she was working. Wilbur asked curiously, "What do you mean you said you can help me with anything?" "I can resolve any problems you're facing. All you have to do is have fun," Tiff replied with a smile. Wilbur nodded and said, "All right, I want to exchange some chips. Can you take me there?" "Of course. What is your name?" "My surname is Penn. Follow me, Mr. Penn." Tiff smiled and led the way. She swayed when she walked, and it was very attractive. Wilbur smiled and followed her to the place where he could exchange chips. Wilbur exchanged $100,000 worth of chips. Tiff smiled and asked, "What would you like to play, Mr. Penn? What are you good at? I can be your guide." "I've never gambled before, so I don't know anything. I just want to experience it. It doesn't matter what I play. And it's best if it's simple," replied Wilbur truthfully. He intended to experience gambling with $100,000. He would leave if he lost that money. Tiff said, "You should go for the slot machine then. That's the easiest." "All right." Then, Tiff led Wilbur across the hall. Soon, they were standing in front of slot machines. Wilbur randomly picked a seat. Tiff sat next to Wilbur and whispered in his ear, "Your chips are too big. I'll exchange some slot machine coins for you." Wilbur sensed a fragrant scent that was exclusive to girls. He could see the top part of her boobs inside her shirt collar. A beautiful woman served him well and up close. Wilbur was no doubt amazed by the experience. It was no wonder rich people found it difficult to forget about this paradise, and some of them even played themselves to bankruptcy. Anyone would want to stay with this kind of wonderful service. Moreover, that was only the tip of the iceberg. He smirked and gave Tiff all his chips, saying, "Go ahead." Tiff was slightly surprised. She held the chips and said, "You're very generous, sir." "Not really. It's just for fun," said Wilbur. She smiled and said, "I'll be right back." He nodded. She quickly left and returned with $10,000 worth of slot machine coins. Tiff sat next to Wilbur and held the chips up, explaining, "Put the coins in and pull the lever. More coins will come out if you get lucky." He nodded. He had never played before, but he knew how it went. He has watched it on TV shows before. He inserted around 10 chips and then pulled the lever. The slot machine rang, and various slots kept rolling. The slots started to slow down after a moment, and they stopped at the center. It stopped with a ringing sound, and the screen was showing 3 sevens in a row in the center. The slot machine started to hurl out coins with another ringing sound. Tiff was absolutely gobsmacked and stared at Wilbur in a daze.